Yo, what's up, guys? I'm back, and this is One Punch Man series. So, for today, I'm going to analyze this for you guys to understand what happened on chapter 179 to Tatsumaki and Saitama. So, this chapter is continuing Saitama versus Tatsumaki fight, and this is all that we've been really focusing on this last like 2 months, I guess. I have not really much has been happening. It's kind of just been devolving to this war of attraction between who is going to be more stubborn than the other. I mean Saitama is trying to calm Tatsumaki down in his own way, while also trying to save everyone in the process, but she is capable of producing a lot of collateral damage and mass casualties for sure, and so Tom is definitely aware of that despite her being you now the number 2 hero. And in the beginning of this chapter we see them making their way into CTH, because in the previous chapter they just made it that far away from the hero association, wound up even killing a dragon master in the process. But we see Amai Mask witnessing this. He's in like another building, and this is super important because Amai Mask is already interested in Saitama. He is the one of the few characters in the series who's been able to see that security footage of Saitama destroying the Metal Knight robots. And he also kind of put two and together and figure out that he's probably the one that defeated Garo. There are four of Amai Mask is pretty much leaning towards fully accepting Saitama as the one above all. So like I said, him seeing this is very important because it's kind of just solidifying that if anything, and in my mass being interested in Saitama is going to be taking us into a very important storyline in the series. But anyway, Saitama talking to Tatsumaki on top of a building is like, hey, we've gotten way too far from the Zero Association. Let's go back, kind of similar to what he was telling to Garo when they were fighting on Jupiter. And then Tatsumaki kind of disagrees and flies down to where Saitama is and stands in front of him, and this like awkward sequence where they just silently looking at each other. And I guess that this could be up for interpretation. The way that I see this in Tatsumaki is kind of waiting for Saitama to make the first move here. Like I guess she just wants him to leave first, and she follows so that she I I don't know, can guarantee that she's being truthful. I also kind of get the vibes from the iconic panel or the cover page. I think from the Dragon Ball manga where Goku is facing off Frieza. I mean, it's obviously not a one for one, but Murata, the artist of the One Punch Man manga, is a big fan of Toriyama, so I wouldn't be surprised if he snuck that in there. But then Thomas like alright. But then said Thomas like alright. Let's go Zero Association this direction. And then Tatsumaki kind of gets annoyed and just grabs him by the back of his head. And she's like, it's in the other direction. They kind of just start flying there, and she's like dragging him through the ground. But first, let's talk about the sponsor of this video. So we have no sponsor, okay? So yeah. Okay, so let's go back. Don't even really remember the last time we saw Sonic, to be honest. But he's kind of been like pushed to the side, at least with this portion of the story, because we had to focus on the Monster Association and all stuff. And after Sonic so scared and eating the monster cells that Hellfire Gale supplied to him, I don't really think the story is focused on him at all. Oh, and by the way, since he cooked those monster cells, they like didn't work, and he wound up just having like a literally bad diarrhea to think, and that's mainly what happened. So he's not a monster or anything like that. He's still a full-blown human, but I'll just say that on part 2. So hope you guys can like and subscribe, and yeah, this is the analysis, and check for part 2.